What's up, guys? So I'm doing a similar video to something I did before. The previous video I did was 5 shows I wish would be eviscerated from the face of Earth or whatever. To kind of separate this one from that one, those shows are shows I'm really passionately, just against, and I just hate illogically, even maybe. These are shows that I actually happen to finish. Some of the shows that I listed, I didn't even bother finishing them because I kind of go by a policy. If I really, really, really hate it, then why would I want to finish it? Why would I want to drudge myself through that? So this is going to be a little different. I'm also making this video to kind of establish a point of view of where I'm coming from. There's a previous video I did where I do a series of kind of like small little poems about my top favorite anime. This video is just kind of broadening where I'm coming from as a person, and these are shows that I'm not like super passionate about hating, but I hate nonetheless, or I don't like at all. If you like any of these animes, that's cool. This is all just my opinion. I'm not going to go too hard in the paint with these. I'm just going to give you a little reasoning of why I don't like them as, let's say, maybe the next person. So without further ado, let's get the list started. So High School of the Dead. This is kind of a weird one for me. When I first got into High School of the Dead, I didn't watch a lot of anime. I've probably at this point maybe seen only about 20 to 30 different titles, most of which I probably haven't even finished to completion. I was in high school, and my taste in anything, music, movies, etc., didn't really develop yet. So when I first saw this anime, my mind was blown. I thought this was one of the best animes ever. Back when the zombie fad was a thing and everything was zombies, video games, movies, and what have you, High School of the Dead felt really awesome because it took the idea of 2 things I loved, anime and zombies. When I watched it, like I said, I was instantly blown away. I loved everything about it, and I wanted season 2 ASAP. I remember when I first published my anime list of things I watched and everything on Facebook, a lot of people were questioning the fact why High School of the Dead was so high. I think I rated it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10, and people were like, well, like, wow, what? It's not even that good, dude. What are you doing? Me being a cynical person, I was like, fuck you, this is my taste, you can take it or leave it, kind of thing. It wasn't until a couple of years later that I decided to revisit it and see if it really was as good as I thought. Man, was I wrong. That anime did not hold up. The story's pretty bare bones, to say the least. Most of the awesomeness comes from is just really all the fan service, the over-the-top and melodramatic personalities, the ecchi, the kind of lewd shots, the hyperbolic action sequences. Back in the day when I was younger, that's something I didn't really notice, or something I really didn't care about. It didn't strike me as bad. Nowadays, when I look at it, it kind of feels like an edgelord anime. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't hit me in quite the same way. Everything that I thought was cool or I thought was funny, to me at least now, comes off as really try-hard and kind of cringy. I don't really hate this show. Like I said, not everything's really a passionate hatred. It's just something that I wish I kind of didn't revisit watching because in my mind it was more spectacular than it actually was. Number 4 is Asian. The reason I don't really like this anime or whatever series have you is I've actually tried getting into it in a variety of ways. When I first saw it appear on Netflix, I've been hearing a lot of people say a lot of good things about it. People telling me it's like Tokyo Ghoul or Parasite, what have you, like really cool, that really cool sci-fi concept. I couldn't even make it past the first couple of episodes because the animation to me was just so ugly. I'm not really a fan of the whole 3D animation that's going on. That's kind of a trend in anime nowadays. To me, it strikes me as really ugly. It's kind of reminiscent of like PlayStation 2 graphics, those fan videos where you see like the Naruto characters dancing to BTS or something stupid. And to me, I just couldn't take the animation seriously. It bothered me that much. I'm not an animation snob. I'm not trying to say that 2D animation is always superior. I'm just saying that the animation style wasn't for me. So this being the case, I decided maybe I should just read the manga. I read the manga and I got pretty far. I'm sure it surpassed whatever was released on animation, and I just could not get into it at all. The story did start off pretty strong, but I feel like the writer was running out of ideas or was trying to stretch ideas as far as he could go. It didn't feel something that was well thought out and well planned. It kind of just felt like everything was going from one moment to the next. And that's not something I really jived with, which is why I don't really like it. Clannad. Back in the day, I used to have a weeb friend like me, and we used to talk about a lot of anime shows. We were on the topic of like really sad, really depressing anime, you know, tossing around things like Angel Beats or Your Lie in April or whatever movies like Wolf Children and stuff like that. He mentioned Clannad and he said it was like really sad, really heartbreaking, probably the saddest anime he's ever seen. So, me being a super weeb, I thought I might as well get into it. So I watched the whole thing to completion and I was not at all impressed. I get how people would think it's sad because you would have to invest in the characters. Me, I didn't find myself investing in any character. Mostly because I'm not really into like slice of life. I'm not like really into drama and stuff like that. I'm just like, and the whole mostly girls thing I didn't quite jive with either. So for me, I didn't really build an attachment to any of the characters. Therefore, when there were sad parts or things that would be deemed as sad, I wasn't really invested. So to me, it was kind of one of those things. I can see how this is sad. I can see how somebody finds this depressing, though I myself do not find it sad or depressing. And I don't really hate this show. It's more of a dislike. Whenever I hear people tossing about really sad animes, and when people throw this anime Clannad around, I get kind of like about it because it's like, it's not that sad, it's not that crazy, but I don't know, that's just like my take on it. Kill la Kill. I remember one of my best friends actually showed me and a group of friends this show, and we were like all blown away by it. The action was so crazy. It's not something like High School of the Dead where you look back on how they blew it out of proportion and it's kind of cringy. In Kill la Kill, the action is so over the top that it's like, you know, that's what they're going for. It's something like One Punch Man or Mob Psycho 100. It's way over the top and it's supposed to be that way. So it was really cool. It kind of had like this Dragon Ball Z like battle royale feel to it, and I thought that was amazing. The reason I don't like it anymore and I've actually grown to hate it is because I remember my friend would always come over with his PS3 at the time, and he would show us this anime and we would be all like interested whenever there were new episodes. Eventually he stopped showing it to us, so I decided to watch it on my own and finish it. Oh my god, it just turned into one big fucking train wreck. I know the anime didn't really have a strong story, a really strong drama presence, and I understand that. But the ending was so goddamn over the top and just so fucking crazy that to me, it was not good. There's a good over the top and there's like a bad over the top. They went in a direction that I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Now, keep in mind, I haven't read the manga, so I don't know if it's even going off the manga. Because I know there's some anime, whenever they run out of source material, the animation company decides, oh, well, like, let's kind of do something ballpark of what the manga writer is going for. Maybe that was the case, but they did not at all succeed. The action was cool, but the story just got really, really convoluted, got really stupid, got pseudo-intellectual, and it was just, it was badly executed. It was not good. Again, it's one of those things that it doesn't bother me to think about. I don't like really hate it. Whenever people say this is one of their favorite anime, it's like half of me really understands and really gets it because of all the action and the silliness to it. And I liked that about Kill la Kill. But the other half of me is like, did you even see the fucking end of that anime? That anime was a fucking train wreck and it was fucking bad. So that's why the other half of me is just like, ugh, because, just reasons. Number one, I actually, I regret not putting it on the 5 shows that I wish would be eviscerated video, because this is definitely up there. And actually, it might, if I had to redo that list, this would probably be like number 2, and that's Fully Cooley. I fucking hate this show. I hate it so goddamn much. I remember I have a hipster anime friend. And when I say hipster anime friend, I mean he's all into like the weird like slice of life stuff. Like he's not really into the battle stuff. He's more into like the weird like goofy or dramatic like really like just weird shit for me. And I remember when he showed this to me, like he talked it up so big, like this is a coming of age story. This is regarded as one of the best animes of all time. It's gotten so many accolades and so many praise. When I watched it, I did not get that impression. The voice acting, because we watched the dub, was shit because it's old. Not because I think dubs are shit. It's an old dub. It's shit though. The animation is fucking ugly. The music, so goddamn terrible. I don't give a fuck if you like the Pillows. You're a hipster fuck and you know it. I absolutely detest this show. I follow Toonami on Facebook, and when I saw that it was getting a second season, a part of me, I don't really give a shit. I hated it. I know I'm not gonna watch it. Why should I care about it? But then I just caved in and I read the comments, and people were like, this is a masterpiece. This is amazing. This is the best show ever. And if you don't understand the greatness of this show, you don't have a high IQ, and you need a really high IQ to understand the complexities and the coming of age and the puberty, and if you don't use your imagination, then you can't have an opinion on this show. And it's like, oh my god, it's so bad though. Oh my god. Everything about it was just fucking terrible to me. Fully Cooley fans are like the anime fan equivalent of Rick and Morty fans. They're dirty fucking hipsters, and God forbid you don't like this show. I know I'm reaching here, and I know I'm being mad fucking petty, but if Fully Cooley is on a higher level than something that gets shit on, right? Like just shit on like Sword Art Online, then I'm the fucking Pope and you need to listen to everything I say, because that shit's just fucking stupid. This is one of those things I don't understand why people like it as much as they do. Everything about it is just fucking garbage. Maybe it's rose-tinted goggles that people like it because it was like one of the first things that got them into anime. Okay, I can understand that. Like for me, that would be Dragon Ball Z. Is Dragon Ball Z a good show? In my opinion, yeah. Did it have a good story though? Was it a strong story? Did it Was it an impressive story? Not really. If I can admit that Dragon Ball Z doesn't have the best story in the world, can you at least admit that Fully Cooley was kind of fucking stupid? But yeah, that's one show that I wish I could just annihilate and just obliterate. I'm trying to get away from the whole strong opinion thing and strongly hating something, because everybody should be allowed to like what they like and hate what they hate. But you don't have to make such a big deal about it, right? For me, I'm sorry. I have to break my own rule. I'm a hypocrite, I know, but I just hate this fucking show. That's how much it convicts me. That's how much I hate it. This is probably gonna be the last anime related video I do for a while. I kind of want to get away from the whole anime thing because, I mean, anime's not even like really my favorite thing. I know you're looking at the poster. That's beside the point. Anime is not really my favorite thing. I mean, I like a lot of other things. I like movies, I like video games, I like music more than anime. So I kind of want to do videos more based on that. But anyway, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching, and I hope I was able to make you smile at some point in the video. If I did that, then my job is done. See you next time.